Okay, so in morning lecture we have derived the equation for the heat conduction through the hollow cylinder. And what is that equation? Final equation for the heat conduction through the hollow cylinder, that is nothing but Q is equal to 2 pi KL into bracket T1 minus T2 divided by ln of R2 by R1. So this is the equation for the hollow cylinder. And what is the thermal resistance for the cylinder? So R thermal for the cylinder is equal to ln of R2 by R1 is equal ln of R2 by R1 divided by 2 pi KL. So by using this equation, we have to calculate the thermal resistance for the cylinder. Thermal resistance for the cylinder, and we have to calculate the heat conduction through a hollow cylinder. Q is equal to what? 2 pi KL into bracket T1 minus T2 divided by ln of R2 by R1. ln of R2 by R1. After that, we have derived the equation for the composite cylinder. We have derived the equation for the composite cylinder. So what is the final equation for the composite cylinder? That is Q is equal to 2 pi L into bracket THF minus TCF divided by 1 upon HHF into R1 plus ln of R2 by R1 divided by K plus ln of R3 by R2 divided by KB plus 1 upon HCF into R3. So by using this equation, we have to calculate the heat conduction through the composite cylinder. So in this condition, we have considered two layers, layer A and B. So therefore, two conduction resistances are arises in the equation. If there are n concentric cylinder, then what is the equation for the rate of heat transfer through that particular composite cylinder? That is Q is equal to what? 2 pi L into bracket THF minus TCF divided by 1 upon HHF into R1 plus what is that equation? 1 upon Kn into ln of Rn plus 1 divided by Rn summation n changes from 1 to n plus 1 upon HCF into Rn plus 1. So in that way, we have to add the number of resistances. If 3 layers are there, then 3 conduction resistances are there. If 4 layers are there, then 4 thermal conduction resistances are there. In that way, we have to change the equation according to the number of layers. And if there is a hot fluid and cold fluid is not there, means if inside and outside heat transfer coefficients are not considered, then the above equation can be written as a, what is that equation? Q is equal to what? Q is equal to 2 pi L into bracket T1 minus Tn plus 1 divided by 1 upon Kn ln of Rn plus 1 divided by Rn, and n changes from 1 to n. So in that way, we have to solve, or we have to remember that equation, so that we have to easily calculate the heat transfer rate through that particular composite cylinder. Now next we have to discuss the one derivation which is related to the sphere, that is heat conduction through the hollow sphere. Heat conduction through the hollow sphere. Okay, so all of you write down the next heading: heat conduction through hollow sphere. Heat conduction through hollow sphere. Write down next heading: heat conduction through hollow sphere. So in morning lecture, we have derived the equation for the heat conduction through hollow cylinder. Now we have to solve the equation for the heat conduction through the hollow sphere. In the cylinder, how we have derived the equation? By using the general heat conduction equation in cylindrical coordinate system. Now we have to derive the equation by using the general heat conduction equation in spherical coordinate system. Spherical coordinate system. So first of all, write down one statement. Consider a hollow sphere. Consider a hollow sphere made of. Consider a hollow sphere. Consider a hollow sphere made of a material. Consider a hollow sphere made of material having constant thermal conductivity. Having constant thermal conductivity. Consider a hollow sphere made of material having constant thermal conductivity. Having constant thermal conductivity. Okay, so our aim is to calculate the heat conduction through that hollow sphere. Okay, so all of you draw this diagram for the hollow sphere. Consider a hollow sphere made up of material having constant thermal conductivity. Then draw this diagram. So at the center there is a one dotted circle is there. So this is nothing but inside surface and having radius is R1 and temperature at the surface is T1. Then outside layer having radius is R2 and temperature at the outside surface is T2. Then we have considering one small element having radius is R and thickness is dr, and heat flows radially outwards because T1 is greater than T2. Inside surface temperature is higher as compared to T2. So therefore heat is transferring from the inside surface to the outside surface. Okay, that amount of heat flows radially outwards, that is nothing but Q, and our aim is to find out the equation for that Q. Okay, inside surface dotted surface is there because it is a sphere. Inside surface having radius is R1 and temperature is T1. Then outside surface having radius is R2 and temperature is T2. Then we have considered one small element having radius is R and thickness is dr. Thickness is dr. So by using this physical system, we have to calculate the value, or we have to calculate the equation for the heat flow radially outward. Heat flow radially outward. Okay, all of you draw this diagram. Okay, and below that diagram we have to draw the resistance diagram in the form of resistance. There is a one resistance, temperature difference is T1 and T2, and heat transfer is Q. Okay, so draw this diagram. So this is the derivation for the heat conduction through hollow sphere. Heat conduction through hollow sphere. After completion of diagram, put that message in the chat box so that I will proceed. Simple diagram is there. Inside surface, outside surface. Inside surface radius is R1, outside surface radius is R2. Inside surface temperature is T1, outside surface temperature is T2. Then we have considered one small element having radius is R, thickness is dr, and heat flow takes place in the radially outward direction, that is Q, and T1 is greater than T2. Greater than. How to draw that diagram? T1, T2, that is the temperature difference. Then resistance is there and heat transfer is Q. Sound is clearly audible? Anyone reply me? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay. Diagram is over. Anyone reply in the chat box? Okay. So from this diagram, our aim is to calculate the heat flows radially outward. For that, we have to derive the equation. Derive the equation. So first of all, write down the meaning of each term. So write down let R1 comma R2 is equal to R1 comma R2 is equal to inner and outer radii. Write down R1 comma R2 is equal to inner and outer radii. Then T1 comma T2 is equal to temperature of inner and outer surfaces. T1 comma T2 is equal to temperature of inner and outer surfaces. Temperature of inner and outer surfaces. Temperature of inner and outer surfaces. Then K is nothing but constant thermal conductivity of the material. K is nothing but constant thermal conductivity of the material. Constant thermal conductivity of the material with the given temperature range. 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 So these are the some of the parameters. What is meant by R1, that is inner radius. Then R2 is nothing but outer radius of that particular sphere. T1 is nothing but inside surface temperature. Then T2 is nothing but outside surface temperature. K is nothing but constant thermal conductivity of the material with the given temperature range. Okay. So how to derive this equation? There is a need of general heat conduction equation in spherical coordinate system. So in yesterday's lecture, we have written that equation, general heat conduction equation in spherical coordinate system. By using that equation, we have to derive the equation. So what is the equation, general heat conduction equation in spherical coordinate system? So write down that equation. The heat conduction equation, the general heat conduction equation, the general heat conduction equation in spherical coordinate system. The general heat conduction equation in spherical coordinates is given as follows. The general heat conduction equation in spherical coordinates is given as follows. Is given as follows. Is given as follows. Okay. So write down that equation. Already we have written this equation in the general conduction equation in spherical coordinate system. Okay. There is no derivation for derivation of this equation. We have written the final equation. So by using this final equation, we have to go for the solving the equation for the Q. Okay. So write down that equation. 1 upon R square. 1 upon R square. Dou by dou R. 1 upon R square dou by dou R into bracket R square dou T by dou R bracket complete plus 1 upon R square sin square phi 1 upon R square sin square phi 1 upon R square sin square phi into dou square T upon dou phi square into dou square T upon dou phi square plus 1 upon R square sin theta plus 1 upon R square sin theta 1 upon R square sin theta into dou by dou theta in bracket sin theta into dou T by dou theta sin theta into dou T by dou theta bracket complete plus Qg by K is equal to 1 upon alpha into dou T by dou T 1 upon alpha into dou T by dou T. Okay. What is the general heat conduction equation in spherical coordinates? 1 upon R square dou by dou R into bracket R square dou T by dou R bracket complete plus 1 upon R square sin square phi dou square t upon dou phi square plus 1 upon r square sin theta dou by dou theta into bracket sin theta dou t by dou theta bracket complete plus qg by k is equal to 1 upon alpha into dou t by dou t. So this is the general heat conduction equation in spherical coordinate system. By using this equation, we have to calculate the equation for the Q for that particular hollow sphere. Okay. All of you written this equation. Shall I proceed? Okay. So by using this equation, so from this diagram we have to understood the condition. What are the different condition? There is a no internal heat generation. What is the meaning of this? Qg by k is equal to 0. Steady state heat flow is there. So dou t by dou t is equal to 0. Then unidirectional heat flow is there. Unidirectional heat flow is there. So we have to consider that temperature is function of only r. Then whatever the terms which is related to phi and theta, that becomes 0. That becomes 0. So maximum terms becomes 0. Only remaining term is 1 upon r square dou by dou r into bracket r square dou t by dou r is equal to 0. Because there is a no internal heat generation. Q is equal to 0. Steady state heat flow is there. So dou t by dou t is equal to 0. And unidirectional heat flow is there. So temperature is only function of r. So whatever the factors which is related to phi and theta, that factor becomes 0. Okay. So write down the terms for steady state. For steady state, dou t by dou t is equal to 0. Change in temperature with respect to time, that is equal to 0. For steady state, dou t by dou t is equal to 0. Next line, unidirectional heat flow in the radial direction. Unidirectional heat flow in the radial direction. Unidirectional heat flow in the radial direction. What is the meaning of that? Temperature is only function of r. So temperature is not function of what? Temperature is not function of theta and phi. Temperature is not function of theta and phi. Okay, temperature is not function of theta and phi. Then no internal heat generation. No internal heat generation. What is the meaning of this? Internal heat generation is 0 means Qg is equal to 0. Qg is equal to 0. Qg is equal to 0. So put these values into the equation. Whatever the equation, in that equation we have to put these values. So from that we get the equation as a 1 upon r square d by dr into bracket r square into dt by dr is equal to 0. बाकीच्या सगळ्या टर्म काय होणार आहेत? 0 होणार आहेत. So what is the remaining term? That is 1 upon r square into d by dr into bracket r square into dt by dr is equal to 0. Okay. What is the equation? From these assumptions, what is the equation? 1 upon r square d by dr into bracket r square into dt by dr is equal to 0. So 1 upon r square, it is not possible that value becomes 0. So as 1 upon r square is not equal to 0, as 1 upon r square not equal to 0, 1 upon r square not equal to 0, therefore d by dr in bracket r square dt by dr, that value becomes 0 because product is 0. If 1 upon r square is not equal to 0 means whatever the remaining term, that term becomes 0. So d upon dr into bracket r square into dt by dr is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. Okay, d upon dr into bracket r square into dt by dr bracket complete is equal to 0. Okay, so by taking the integration, this equation becomes derivative cancel होणार आहे. Then what is the remaining term? R square into dt by dr is equal to constant and number 1. R square into dt by dr is equal to constant. R square into dt by dr is equal to constant, and this is the equation number 1. This is the equation number 1. Then we have to take the again integration of this term. Then what is the value of this? Again we have to take the integration of this, means dt is equal to dr upon r square. We have to take the equation as a dt is equal to constant into dr divided by r square. So take the integration. What is the integration of dt? That is t. And what is the integration of dt by r square? That is minus 1 by r. So what is the equation? Minus c by r plus constant, that is c1. Okay, so we have to take the again integration of equation number 1. Then we get the value as a t is equal to integrating above equation. So from the integration equation number 1, what value we get? That is t is equal to minus c by r plus c1. Minus c by r plus c1. काय असणार आहे? इंटिग्रेशन ऑफ 1 upon r square, that is minus 1 by r. So c divided by r, negative sign is there, plus constant, therefore plus c1 is there, and that is the equation number 2. Okay, integrating the above equation, then we get the equation of temperature T. आपल्याला काय फाइंड आउट करायचं सांगा? We have to find out the value of Q. Q is equal to minus k into a into dt by dr. तर आपल्याला टेम्परेचर माहिती पाहिजे. So for that, calculating the temperature, we have solving this equation, that is T is equal to minus C by R plus C1. So from this equation, we have to, first of all, we have to find out the value of constant C and C1, then put that values into this equation number 2, then we get the value of T, then take the derivative of this with respect to R and put that value into the equation of Q, then we get the value of Q. Okay, what is the final equation of Q? Q is equal to minus k into a into dt by dr. तर तिथे आपल्याला काय पाहिजे? डेरिव्हेटिव्ह ऑफ टेम्परेचर विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू आर पाहिजे. म्हणजे आपल्याला फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू हॅव टू कॅल्क्युलेट द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ टेम्परेचर. सो इन दिस टेम्परेचर इक्वेशन, two constants are there, C and C1. So first of all, you have to calculate the value of C and C1. So how to find out the value of C and C1? So by using the boundary conditions. So from this diagram, what are the boundary condition? The radius R1 असेल तर टेम्परेचर काय असणार आहे? At the time of, if radius is R is equal to R1, then temperature is T1, and if R is equal to R2, then temperature is T2. So by using that two boundary conditions, we have to find out the value of C and C1. Okay, what is the boundary conditions? Write down the boundary conditions. As R is equal to R1, as R is equal to R1, then T is equal to T1. ज्यावेळेला R1 रेडियस आहे तिथे आपलं टेम्परेचर काय आहे? T1 आहे, and at radius R is equal to R2 तिथे टेम्परेचर काय आहे? तर T2 आहे. So as R is equal to R1, then T is equal to T1, and R is equal to R2, then T is equal to T2, then T is equal to T2. आता काय करा सगळ्यांनी? Put that boundary conditions into equation number 2. Equation number 2 मध्ये boundary conditions put करा, and by using that equations we have to find out the value of C and C1. काय आन्सर येते ते मला सांगा. सकाळचं इक्वेशन बघा, रेफरन्स साठी सकाळी आपण इक्वेशन फाइंड आउट केलेलं आहे, हीट कंडक्शन थ्रू द हॅलो सिलेंडर. सो सिमिलरली वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट द वैल्यू ऑफ C and C1. Okay, so first of all you have to put the first boundary condition in equation number 2, then we have to put the second boundary condition into equation number 2, and then find out the value of C, and then we have to find out the value of C1. Okay, C and C1. Okay, all of you do the calculation by yourself and tell me the values of C and C1. Okay, first of all of you calculate the values of C and C1 by using this boundary condition. ह्या boundary conditions ज्या आहेत त्या इक्वेशन नंबर 2 मध्ये पुट करा. By putting these two boundary conditions, we get two equations, and by using that two equations, we have to find out the values of C and C1. Okay, do the calculation and put that answer in the chat box, or unmute yourself and tell me the answer. Okay, find out the value of C and C1. सगळ्यांनी फाइंड आउट करायचं व्हॅल्यू ऑफ C and C1. Okay, so what is the value of C? Anyone unmute yourself and tell me the answer for the C, and after that tell me the answer for the C1. Anyone? या बाउंड्री कंडिशन पुट करायचे तुम्हाला. We have to first put first boundary condition, R is equal to R1, then T is equal to T1. So what is that equation? T1 is equal to minus C upon R1 plus C1. Then put the second boundary condition. So T2 is equal to minus C upon R2 plus C1. Then we have to subtract that two equations. We get the value of C. Okay, and then put that value of C into the equation. From that we get the value of C1. Okay, anyone have got the answer? What is the value of C and what is the value of C1? Do the calculation by yourself. Don't sit idly. Tell me the answers. Vaishali More. Unmute yourself. Vaishali More. Sorry, sir. For what? You have not calculated the answer. Karuna. Unmute yourself. Sorry, sir. I don't have notebook right now. Vaishali, what is your problem? Abhinay Gaikwad. लेक्चर अटेंड तर करताय की नुसतंच मोबाईल लावलाय? निलेश. निलेश कदम.
Yes,
का
sir.
नोटबुक काय झालं, काय आन्सर येतंय?
C is equal to, sir, T1 minus T2 upon 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1.
1 upon R2 minus 1 upon
R1.
R1. ओके, नोटबुक घातलाय ना तुम्ही सब्जेक्टला?
हो सर.
लिहिलंय ना सगळं व्यवस्थित?
हो सर.
ओके. सो व्हॉट इज द आन्सर ऑफ okay, so what is the answer of C? That is T1 minus T2 R1 R2 divided by R1 minus R2. Okay, so put that boundary conditions. So by putting the boundary conditions we get the equation for the T1 and T2, because R1 is equal to R2 R1, then T is equal to T1. So by putting this boundary condition, we get the first equation number 3, that is T1 is equal to minus C by R1 plus C1. And after the putting the second boundary condition, we get the equation number 4, that is T2 is equal to minus C by R2 plus C1. So from equation 3 and 4, now to do the subtraction of this equation 3 and 4, then we get T1 minus T2 is equal to what? T1 minus T2 is equal to minus C by R1 plus C1 minus, take the subtraction of these two equations, so minus C by R2 minus C1. Okay, so where the mistake in this equation, anyone tell me? T1 minus T2 is equal to what? Minus C upon R1 plus C1 minus C upon R2 minus C1. What is the mistake in this equation? Anyone? काय मिस्टेक केलं सांगा इक्वेशन मध्ये? What is the mistake in this equation? So that minus minus becomes plus. So therefore here after the C1, whatever the term C upon R2, that term becomes positive. Okay, so I have to write down plus sign here, minus C upon R1 plus C1 plus C upon R2 minus C1 is there. So from this equation, plus C1 minus C1 is there, so that two terms becomes cancels. So what is the remaining? C into bracket 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1, because this R2 term is positive. I have written there negative, but actually that term becomes positive. So C into bracket 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1. C into bracket 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1. So solve this equation 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1. Then at the denominator R1 R2, and at the numerator R1 minus R2 is there. So from that, what is the equation of C? C is equal to T1 minus T2 into R1 R2 divided by R1 minus R2 divided by R1 minus R2. Okay, all of you write down this. What is the value of constant C? T1 minus T2 bracket complete R1 R2 divided by R1 minus R2. R1 minus R2. Okay, so this is
हॅलो
the
सर,
hmm?
ते मायनस तिथे मिस्टेक झाल्या त्यामुळे तिथं R2 मायनस R1 येणार ना?
कुठं मिस्टेक झाल्या? बरोबर आहे की आहे. आता बघ, मायनस सी अपॉन R1 बरोबर आहे, प्लस C1 मायनस सी बाय R2 आहे, तिथं प्लस यायला पाहिजे.
हा, मी काय केलं तर मायनस काढलं होतं कॉमन.
मायनस केले का कॉमन?
हा,
फायनल
मायनस.
इक्वेशन येते ना, पण
फायनल इक्वेशन T2 मायनस T1 R1 R2 डिवायडेड बाय R2 मायनस R1 येते.
हा बरोबर आहे. म्हणजे आता तू जरी ती निगेटिव्ह साईन जर घालवायचं म्हणलास तर काय येणार मग? ते अल्टर चेंज करायचं. T1 मायनस तुझं T2
T2 मायनस T1 केलं.
हा, असं कर फक्त. आता हे जे इक्वेशन असते हे पुढे सोयीस्कर पडते म्हणून असं घेतलं असते. C इज इक्वल टू T1 मायनस T2 R1 R2 डिवायडेड बाय R1 मायनस R2. ओके, सो दिस इज द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ C. नाउ वी हॅव टू फाइंड आउट द व्हॅल्यू फॉर द C1. आपल्याला काय करायचे? दोन्ही कॉन्स्टंटच्या व्हॅल्यू फाइंड आउट करायच्या आहेत. तर आपण आता C फाइंड आउट केलेला आहे. नाउ वी हॅव टू फाइंड आउट द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ C1. So put this value of C into equation number 3. जे काय आपलं equation number 3 आहे. So this is the equation number 3. T1 is equal to minus C by R1 plus C1. So in this equation we have to put the value of C so that we get the answer of C1. Okay. तर equation 3 मध्ये C ची value put करा, constant C. Then we get the value of C1. Okay. So write down next term. Put this value in equation 3. Put the value of this C in equation number 3. Put this value in equation 3. Put this value in equation 3. Equation 3 मध्ये C ची value put करा. So therefore T1 is equal to what? Minus C is there. So minus into whatever we get the value of C, put that value T1 minus T2 R1 R2 divided by R1 minus R2. So minus C divided by R1 is there. So divided by R1 is there plus C1. So from this we get the value of C1. C1 is equal to what? C1 is equal to T1 plus. T1 plus. कारण C1 हा right hand side ला आहे. C1 positive पाहिजे असेल तर जी काही term आपली आहे negative term we have to take at the left hand side. So from that we get the value of C1. C1 is equal to T1 plus T1 minus T2 R1 R2 divided by R1 into bracket R1 minus R2. R1 minus R2. So this is the another constant, that is C1. What is the value of C1? T1 plus T1 minus T2 R1 R2 divided by R1 into bracket R1 minus R2. R1 minus R2. Okay. So from this we get the value of C1. Already we have calculated the value of C. So put the values in equation number 2. आपलं equation number 2 काय आहे तर कशाचं equation आहे? That is the equation of temperature T. So in that equation we have to put the values of C and C1. Put the values in equation number 2. Put the values in equation number 2. So what is the equation number 2? T is equal to minus C upon R plus C1. T is equal to minus C upon R plus C1. In that equation we have to put the value of C and C1. So from that we get the equation as T is equal to what? T is equal to minus into bracket T1 minus T2 R1 R2 divided by R1 minus R2 into R plus T1, कारण C1 ची व्हॅल्यू काय आहे तर T1 plus that term. So plus T1 plus T1 minus T2 R1 R2 divided by R1 into bracket R1 minus R2. R1 minus R2. So this is the value of T, that is the temperature at any point in that particular sphere. In that particular sphere. What is that equation? T is equal to. Then we have to rewrite the equation in the form of this. How to write this equation? तर T is equal to काय येणार आहे? T1 ही पॉझिटिव्ह टर्म आहे त्यामुळे आपण फर्स्ट घेतलेले T is equal to T1 plus. Then this last term is positive term and this first term is negative term. So we have to take the last term as the first term. So therefore, and from this first term and last term we have to take common as a T1 minus T2 R1 by R1 into R2 divided by R1 minus R2. ही टर्म आपण कॉमन घेतलेली आहे त्यामुळे काय शिल्लक राहणार आहे 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R. Okay. So from the first term and the last term we have to take the common as a T1 minus T2 R1 R2 divided by R1 minus R2 in bracket 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R. समजतंय बघा पहिली टर्म निगेटिव्ह आहे लास्ट टर्म पॉझिटिव्ह आहे. सो पॉझिटिव्ह टर्म मधून काय केलेले आपण निगेटिव्ह टर्म मायनस केलेले आहे. सो फ्रॉम दॅट वी गेट दी इक्वेशन ऑफ T. Okay. So what is the another way to rewrite that equation? T is equal to T1 plus T1 minus T2. So whatever this R1 R2 is there, so we have to take the at the denominator of denominator. So R1 R1 will be cancelled, so 1 upon R2 is there, minus R2 R2 will be cancelled, 1 upon R1 is there. समजतंय बघा R1 R2 जर डिनॉमिनेटरला घेतलं तर ते डिनॉमिनेटरच्या डिनॉमिनेटर जाणार आहे. सो R1 divided by R1 R2 म्हणजे R1 R1 cancel, 1 upon R2 is there. Similarly minus R2 divided by R1 R2, so R2 R2 will be cancelled. So what is the remaining? Minus 1 upon R1. Okay. So rewrite the equation in this form. T is equal to T1 plus T is equal to T1 plus T1 minus T2 divided by 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1 bracket complete into another bracket 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R. 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R. Okay, 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R. Okay, so this is the equation for the temperature. Okay, then we have to rewrite the equation. So we have to take the T1 in the left hand side and T1 minus T2 we have to take at the left hand side, so it is at the denominator. So T minus T1 divided by T1 minus T2, and what are the remaining terms in the right hand side? That is 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R divided by 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1. ओके, हा T1 पहिला लेफ्ट हँड साईडला घेतला तर T मायनस T1 होईल. त्याच्यानंतर काय करणार आपण, हा T1 मायनस T2 जो कॉमन घेतलेला आहे ती टर्म लेफ्ट हँड साईडला घेणार आहे, म्हणजे ती कुठे जाणार आहे, डिनॉमिनेटरला जाणार आहे. सो T मायनस T1 divided by T1 minus T2 is equal to 1 by R1 minus 1 by R divided by 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1. Okay, so how to rewrite this equation? So at the numerator T minus T1 is there. So similarly we have to take the T1 at the right hand side. So T2 minus T1, हे T1 minus T2 आपण कन्वर्जन कशामध्ये केलेलं आहे, T2 minus T1 मध्ये केलेलं आहे. आणि ह्या साईडला काय केलेलं आहे आपण, वरती न्यूमरेटरला 1 upon R minus 1 upon R1 होतं, ते काय केलेलं आहे आपण 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R होतं, ते 1 upon R minus 1 upon R1 केलं. म्हणजे निगेटिव्ह साईन दोन्हीकडे आपण कॉमन घेऊ शकतोय, त्यामुळे काय होणार आहे, दोन्हीकडचा इफेक्ट नलिफाय होणार आहे. ओके, इकडे न्यूमरेटरला आपण निगेटिव्ह साईन कॉमन घेतले असं समजा, आणि इकडे डिनॉमिनेटरला आपण निगेटिव्ह साईन कॉमन घेतलेला आहे, म्हणजे आपण टर्म इंटरचेंज केलेले आहेत, म्हणजे दोन्हीकडे निगेटिव्ह साईन बाहेर येणार आहे, त्यामुळे ते कॅन्सल होणार आहे. सो फ्रॉम दॅट वी गेट द इक्वेशन ॲज ए T minus T1 divided by T2 minus T1 is equal to 1 upon R minus 1 upon R1 divided by 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1. असं का केलेलं आहे, तर इक्वेशन तुम्हाला लक्षात ठेवायला सोपं जाते, कारण राईट हँड साईडला टर्म काय आहे, T minus T1 T2 minus T1 म्हणजे T1 असणार आहे. अँड सिमिलरली इन द राईट हँड साईड इक्वेशन 1 upon R minus 1 upon R1 is at the right hand side. Similarly at the denominator also is there 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1. So it is easy to remember that particular equation. So we have taken the negative sign as a common. We have cancelled that negative sign. We have get the equation as a T minus T1 divided by T2 minus T1 is equal to 1 upon R minus 1 upon R1 divided by 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1. Okay. Then next step, what we have done, T minus T1 divided by T2 minus T1, that term will be same, and in the right hand side we have to do the calculation for the 1 minus R minus 1 upon R1. So from that we get the equation as a R1 minus R divided by R into R1, and similarly at the denominator we have to do the calculation. So from that calculation we get the equation as a R1 minus R2 divided by R1 R2. लसावी घ्यायचा आहे. So we have to take the product of that both values R into R1. So take the cross product R1 minus R2. So in that way we get the equation as a R1 minus R divided by R1 divided by R1 minus R2 divided by R1 R2. Okay, simply we have doing the modification in that particular equation. Okay, so in next step what we have doing, T minus T1 divided by T2 minus T1, that left hand term is same. So from the right hand side, आता न्यूमरेटरच्या डिनॉमिनेटरला काय R into R1 आहे, आणि डिनॉमिनेटरला काय R1 into R2, म्हणजे ते कॅन्सल होणार आहेत एकमेकाला, म्हणजे R1 कॅन्सल होईल. सो व्हॉट इज द रिमेनिंग टर्म at the denominator of the numerator, that is R, which term becomes at the denominator, and whatever the term which is at the denominator of denominator, that term will be coming at the numerator. So therefore R2 by R1 is there, and what is the remaining term, R minus R1 and R2 minus R1. आपण तिथे काय केलेलं आहे, इंटरचेंज केलेलं आहे. R1 minus R चं काय केलेलं आहे, R minus R1 केलेलं आहे, आणि डिनॉमिनेटरला काय आहे तर R1 minus R2 आहे, त्याचं काय केलेलं आहे, R2 minus R1 केलेलं आहे. कारण दोन्हीतनं निगेटिव्ह साईन कॉमन घेतलं तर ते कॅन्सलच होणार आहेत निगेटिव्ह साईन. सो व्हॉट इज द इक्वेशन फॉर दी temperature, that is T minus T1 divided by T2 minus T1 is equal to R2 by R into bracket R minus R1 divided by R2 minus R1 bracket complete. So this is the equation of the hyperbola. This is the equation of the hyperbola. म्हणजे हे इक्वेशन जे आहे ते हायपरबोलाचं इक्वेशन आहे. सो फ्रॉम दॅट वी सेड दॅट टेम्परेचर डिस्ट्रीब्युशन इज हायपरबोलिक. प्लेन वॉलला आपलं टेम्परेचर डिस्ट्रीब्युशन कसं आलं लिनियर आलं. म्हणजे प्लेन वॉलमध्ये जे काय टेम्परेचर चेंज होत जाणार आहे ते कसं होणार आहे, लिनियरली चेंज होणार आहे. इन दिस सिलेंडर टेम्परेचर प्रोफाइल इज लॉगॅरिथमिक. ओके, and in this sphere, what about the temperature distribution? This is the equation of the hyperbola. So from that we said that temperature distribution is hyperbolic. So write down, this is the equation of hyperbola. This is the equation of hyperbola. Therefore temperature distribution is hyperbolic. Temperature distribution is hyperbolic. Temperature distribution is hyperbolic. Okay, so we get the value of T. Now our aim is to calculate the value of Q. So what is the equation for the Q? Q is equal to minus K into A into dt by dr. Minus K into A into dt by dr. So we have to take the value, put the value of T into that equation and find out the value of Q. Okay, so all of you use that Fourier's equation and find out the equation for the Q for the sphere. Okay, काय करायचं बघा तुम्हाला. Okay, so by Fourier's equation, what is that equation? Q is equal to minus K into A into dt by dr. Thickness जो असणार आहे तो dr आहे. So Q is equal to minus K into A into dt by dr. So what is the area for the sphere? What is the surface area for the sphere? That is 4 pi r square. So instead of area we have to put the value of 4 pi r square. So Q is equal to minus K into 4 pi r square into d by dr of टेम्परेचर. सो टेम्परेचरची व्हॅल्यू आपल्याला माहिती आहे. व्हॉट इज द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ टेम्परेचर? इथं आपण कुठतर व्हॅल्यू फाइंड आउट केलेली आहे, टेम्परेचर. सो दिस इज द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ टेम्परेचर. सो पुट दॅट व्हॅल्यू ऑफ टेम्परेचर इनटू द इक्वेशन. ओके, सो दिस इज द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ टेम्परेचर. सो पुट दिस व्हॅल्यू ऑफ टेम्परेचर इनटू द इक्वेशन. तर याच्यामध्ये टेम्परेचरची व्हॅल्यू पुट करा. डी बाय डी आर इंटू व्हॉट इज द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ टेम्परेचर इन ब्रॅकेट T1 plus T1 minus T2 divided by 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1, 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1 into bracket 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R into bracket 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R, bracket complete, then square bracket is complete. So this is the value of temperature. Now we have to take the derivative with respect to R. So T1 is the constant, so derivative of constant is 0. Then we have to take the 1 upon R1 outside of the bracket, then that term also becomes 0 because in that term there is a no R1 value is there, no R value is there. So whatever the minus 1 upon R multiply by this term, that term consists of R is there. So we have to take the derivative of that particular term is there. So Q is equal to minus K into 4 pi r square into, we have to take this term as a common, T1 minus T2 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1. याचं डेरिव्हेटिव्ह घेतलं तर 0 येणार आहे. So we have to take the derivative of 1 minus 1 upon R. So what is the derivative of minus 1 upon R? That is minus 1 upon R square. Derivative of 1 upon R. काय असते derivative of 1 upon R? Minus 1 by R square. Derivative of 1 upon R is nothing but minus 1 upon R square is there. So already minus sign is there. Then because of the derivation again minus sign is coming there. Minus 1 upon R square. Okay. So what is that answer? This minus becomes plus. So what is the equation? Q is equal to minus K into 4 pi R square T1 minus T2 divided by. So solve this equation 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1. Then we get the equation as a R1 minus R2 divided by R1 R2 into this minus becomes plus. So therefore 1 upon R square. 1 upon R square. So इथं काय 1 upon R square आहे आणि इथं 4 pi R square आहे. So this R1 square and this R1 square, that term will be कॅन्सल. ओके, r1 स्क्वेअर काय होणार आहे, कॅन्सल होणार. सो व्हॉट इज द रिमेनिंग टर्म, q इज इक्वल टू व्हॉट, q इज इक्वल टू मायनस 4 पाय k इंटू ब्रॅकेट t1 मायनस t2. हा r1 r2 जो डिनॉमिनेटरच्या डिनॉमिनेटरला तो कुठे येणार आहे, न्यूमरेटरला येणार आहे. सो t1 मायनस t2 इंटू r1 r2 divided by r1 minus r2 divided by r1 minus r2. Okay, so q is equal to what, q is equal to minus 4 pi k into bracket t1 minus t2 r1 r2 divided by r1 minus r2. Okay, so we have to cancel this minus sign. So how to cancel this minus sign, anyone? So whatever the values at the denominator r1 minus r2 we have to take as a r2 minus r1. So therefore that minus will be cancelled. So what is that equation, final equation, q is equal to 4 pi k r1 r2 into bracket t1 minus t2. निगेटिव्ह साइन आपल्याला कॅन्सल करायचं आहे म्हणून डिनॉमिनेटर आपण चेंज करणार आहे. सो देअरफॉर r2 minus r1. Instead of r1 minus r2 we have to write down r2 minus r1. So this is the equation for the heat conduction through the hollow sphere. How to calculate the heat conduction through the hollow sphere, q is equal to 4 pi k r1 r2 into bracket t1 minus t2 divided by r2 minus r1. So from this equation can anyone tell me what is the value of thermal resistance for the sphere? Anyone, कोण सांगतंय thermal resistance for the sphere? What is the value of thermal resistance for the sphere? Anyone, unmute yourself and tell me the answer. Thermal resistance for the sphere. ह्या इक्वेशन वरून थर्मल रेजिस्टन्स ची व्हॅल्यू सांगायची आहे. कोण सांगते व्हॉट इज द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ थर्मल रेजिस्टन्स? वी हॅव टू कंपेअर दिस इक्वेशन विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू q is equal to delta t upon thermal resistance. So in the from that equation we get the value of thermal resistance. So what is the value of thermal resistance? Anyone? कोण सांगते what is the value of thermal resistance? कंपेअर करा की इक्वेशन डेल्टा टी अपॉन आर थर्मल. डेल्टा टी म्हणजे काय असणार आहे, t1 minus t2 असणार आहे. सो t1 minus t2 we have to take the at the numerator and whatever the remaining term we have to take the at the denominator, and that term is nothing but thermal resistance for the sphere. Thermal resistance for the sphere. So anyone tell me the answer for the thermal resistance? Unmute yourself. Nilesh.
T1 minus T2 divided by R2 minus R1 divided by 4 pi k R1 R2.
So this is the equation. So from that equation what is the value of thermal resistance? I am asking about the value of thermal resistance. Nilesh.
Sir, R2 minus R1 upon 4 pi k R1 R2.
करेक्ट आहे. सो आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे, जे आपलं इक्वेशन असते स्टँडर्ड q इज इक्वल टू डेल्टा टी अपॉन आर थर्मल. सो दिस इज द स्टँडर्ड इक्वेशन. तर ह्या इक्वेशन मध्ये आपण त्या फॉर्म मध्ये इक्वेशन लिहिणार आहे. डेल्टा टी म्हणजे टेम्परेचर डिफरन्स आहे, तो न्यूमरेटरला असणार आहे. आणि बाकीची जी टर्म असणार आहे ती कुठे घ्यायला पाहिजे आपल्याला, वी हॅव टू टेक दॅट टर्म ऍट दी डिनॉमिनेटर. सो दिस 4 pi k r1 r2 we have to take at the denominator of the denominator. So equation becomes same, but we have to only take the term as a t1 minus t2 at the numerator. So remaining term we have to take at the denominator. So that we have to write down the, so here r2 minus r1 is, मी तर चुकून r2 minus r2 लिहिलेलं आहे, तर r2 minus r1 divided by 4 pi k r1 r2. So that term we have to compare these two equations. So from these two equations we get the value of a thermal resistance of the sphere, and that what is the value, r2 minus r1. म्हणजे हा डिनॉमिनेटर जो असणार आहे that is nothing but thermal resistance. So r2 minus r1 divided by 4 pi k r1 r2. r2 minus r1 divided by 4 pi k r1 r2. This is the thermal resistance for the sphere. आपण प्रत्येक ह्याच्यासाठी थर्मल रेजिस्टन्स काढलेला आहे. थर्मल रेजिस्टन्स ऑफ द प्लेन वॉल, देन थर्मल रेजिस्टन्स ऑफ द सिलेंडर, अँड देन थर्मल रेजिस्टन्स ऑफ द स्पियर. थर्मल रेजिस्टन्स प्लेन वॉलचा काय असतो, L बाय K इंटू A. देन थर्मल रेजिस्टन्स ऑफ द सिलेंडर काय असते सांगा, कोण सांगते व्हॉट इज द थर्मल रेजिस्टन्स ऑफ द सिलेंडर? ln of R2 by R1 divided by 2 pi KL. And what is the thermal resistance for this sphere? That is R2 minus R1 divided by 4 pi K R1 R2. Okay. So what is the final equation? Already we have written this final equation, but once again I have written there Q is equal to 4 pi K R1 R2 into bracket T1 minus T2 divided by R2 minus R1. So this is the heat conduction through the sphere. Hollow sphere मधून किती heat conduct होत्या तर त्याचं हे काय असणार आहे फायनल इक्वेशन असणार आहे. So write down Q is equal to 4 pi K R1 R2 into bracket T1 minus T2 divided by R2 minus R1 divided by R2 minus R1 divided by R2 minus R1. Okay, so this is about the heat conduction through the heat conduction through the hollow sphere. Okay, so all of you put your roll numbers in the chat box. In next lecture we have to solve the heat conduction through the composite sphere. Okay, so thank you very much.